Ariana McClintock. I'm from San Jose, California, and I'm a sociology and psychologist.
And my name is Elijah. I'm art and English major from Washington, D.C.
We went to the London School of Economics and Political Science. So first off, we want to give a thanks to the board members.
Speak up a little bit, please.
We want to thank the board members who gave us a chance to go to London because not everybody gets that opportunity. And it's been an enlightening experience for me.
And I just want to say that I'm also extremely thankful for the generosity of the board members because without this opportunity, I definitely would not have been able to have such an eye-opening experience, especially since my parents definitely can't afford that.
And for me, I'm just incredibly gracious for this opportunity because it's like a dream come true. Because I never thought like that during my college tribulation that I would be able to study abroad, especially.
So first, these are some of the names of the people who helped us, and there was many more. But first, we want to talk about how we got this opportunity. For me, I was in Quebec, and I actually was lost. And Dr. McClellan, we shared an elevator, and we started talking, and we realized we had many things in common. Like he was a mathematics major when he went here, and I'm a mathematics major, and I have an economics background, and he has a PhD in economics. So after that, he said if I made a 3.0 my first semester, then he would take me out to the London School of Economics and pay my way. And I took him up on that offer, and he came through for me.
And for me, I actually heard about the opportunity through a close friend who was also supposed to go with us. And so I applied for the opportunity basically knowing that my parents could only afford to pay for the application fee, and that was it. And I have to figure out some way by myself. And fortunately enough, my friend introduced me to Ms. Sherry Rucker, who got me in contact with board members, and they were gracious enough to help me get there.
My experience with finding out about this opportunity was pretty much the same as Kiana. I was told by the same friend that told Kiana about the Global Study Fund, about the LSC summer school program, and I just signed up, and like Kiana, I could only pretty much afford the £50 application fee. And so then the same friend connected me to Ms. Sherry Rucker, and now I'm here giving it. Oh, okay. So before we get into our specific experiences, like at the London School of Economics and Political Science, I wanted to. Oh, sorry, it's too far. I am so sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I wanted to tell you guys about the London School of Economics. It was founded in 1895 and has about 9,500 students, although during the summer, it had about 3,000. There were just about 3,000 of us, and it's consistently ranked as one of the best universities in the world. In fact, 26% of all Nobel Prizes in economics were garnered to LSE staff and alumni, who include John F. Kennedy, Anthony Giddens, and David Roth.
So, Introduction to International Human Rights, Theory, Law, and Practice is the class that Elijah and I took while we were at the LSE Summer School. And I picked this class personally because I have a huge interest in social justice, activism, and the law, more specifically, civil rights law and human rights law.
I picked this class similar to Kiana. I have a strong interest in social justice, and I wanted to see, have a viewpoint from a lawful perspective. And I thought it would be just really interesting and enlightening to understand how we treat each other from a lawful perspective.
All right, so class overview. For class, we had a 3-hour lecture every day in the morning, and in the afternoons, we had a 1.5-hour class in the evening where we applied knowledge from lectures and discussion-based activities. And our professors were Professor Joe Merkins, and he actually studied English and European law in London and Copenhagen. And then we also had Dr. Emmanuel Boyakis, who holds degrees from the Demetrius University of Greece. And we had teaching assistants as well who taught the afternoon classes, and their names were Kate Leader and Bernard Kerman, and they are current LSE law students.
Not for a curriculum overview, just for the sake of time, I've condensed what we learned over 12 total sections in 3 sections to give y'all a brief overview of what we learned in this class. So in the first part of class, we learned human rights and lawful theory, universality, and the origin of rights, in which we discussed natural law and philosophy and their different ideologies towards how law works and how human rights work, and how they correlate with one another, and also morality. In the second part of class, we discussed international law documents, which are treaties versus charters, which pretty much self-explanatory. Those are documents that different international law systems use, which was the third part of class. And we learned the international and the regional systems, which are either the United Nations or the regional systems, which are inter-American, European, and African systems.
So I took Introductory to Macroeconomics, and my teachers were very decorated. Dr. Giannotti is a PhD from Harvard and he's published many papers. And Dr. Zanetti is actually a teacher from Oxford. And we kept in, me and him had a close relationship, and I emailed him even after the course. Miss Irene was working on her PhD at the LSC. My classes were formatted just the same as Elijah and Kiana, except my lecture was in the morning. Okay, the first half of my class was more about comparing economies. So we were talking about the consumer price index and the gross domestic product. And it really gave me an understanding of how the world works from the economics point of view. And the second half of my class was more about the economic graph, which is the aggregate demand and aggregate supply curve. And we're talking about how fiscal and monetary policy affects those graphs.
Diversity. So the LSE Summer School student body consists of people from all over the world. We studied with law students and grad students from Austria, Australia, Denmark, India, all of these places that we have listed. So it's a very, very diverse classroom setting.
So diversity is really important, and LSE gave me a chance to really understand why. Because having multiple people in the room from different backgrounds gives us different perspectives on how somebody would approach the problem. And it really shows you about how the world works and all the issues that are going around in the world, because some of the things that we deal with here are different from people in Egypt or Brazil. And it definitely makes you more cultural.
Culturally, we gained new perspectives on certain issues or experiences, and we also had fun while exploring these experiences and exploring different lifestyles in London.
And lastly, something that I definitely learned as a benefit for this experience is that we could use this opportunity to network. And so we were able to not only develop personal relationships and make friends that we saw in the pictures previously, but we could also make business relationships. Me and Rami had the opportunity of meeting Ms. Shin Chen, who is in the picture right there, who is one of the senior analysis people at the Bank of America in London. And so we were able to we are still keeping in contact with her, and we learned that we can meet people who can benefit our career in the future.
So LSU shaped us by giving us, connecting us with people from all around the world, as well as students. I got a chance to talk to my professor, who was from Oxford, and he was happy about my success in the class. And this, that's just one of the many contacts I can go with, especially Ms. Shin as well, because she gives us opportunities for summer internships as well. So going abroad has a lot of perks.
How LSE shaped me personally as an individual. I learned a lot about confidence from this experience. As you guys all know, we go to Fisk. It's a small university here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we went to one of the best schools in the world. So it was kind of intimidating to go into that environment, and especially for my class, at least, where in my class, it was a law class, and I'm an art and English major, so I have no previous background of law. And there was a woman who actually worked at the United Nations in my class. And despite that, I was still able to hold my own in debates about law, which I obviously have no previous background in. And I was able to pass the class with the B and just do just as successful as anybody else. I just learned that I can be confident in my abilities, and I'm just as good as anybody else.
And similar to that, I also felt that I could. I felt confident in knowing that I could hold my own in conversations and debates with law students. And so for me, it was more about competition. And I was extremely excited when I got there to realize that I felt that Fisk had definitely prepared me to be in this kind of setting and still hold my own in debates.